Hey guys, this is Lilith Evernight, and I'm been trying to record this video like for the longest. It's kind of annoying me a little bit, but my appearance is not the best today, so I was just working out. I've been saying that like a million times, so this is just a reading for Lauryn Hill, and please make sure to like the video and subscribe and do all that. It would help me a lot, and it would help me just focus on my channel and do all those great things, because you know what they say. They say if you ain't got haters, then you ain't playing the game right. I must be channeling Lauryn Hill's essence. Even though she's still on this earth, gratefully, very grateful, because I usually don't do celebrities who are live, but, she's a legend to me. And so, anyway, just like Lauryn, if you don't got haters, you ain't playing the game right. And that's what she showed people. She's a legend. So anyway, enough about that. I'm going to be as fast as possible and get on to it. So this is the first house. I shuffled the cards. I'm going to try to not get too much. Sorry if you hear a fan, if you hear something in the background, that's just my fan. All right. So, here we go. Lauryn Hill's personality right here. The Justice card. Let's just put that there. So that is a woman who is all about the truth. That is a woman who does not like injustice. She doesn't like corruption. She doesn't like, dogmatic behavior that is just causing evil or just any indoctrination. I feel that she was just a truther. She is a truther. She is a wise woman, and she has a lot of wisdom. And this is, she's carrying a sword. So sword is intellect. It is can't even speak right now. It is an intellectual kind of energy here. So that is what you're going to get with this woman, intellectual, someone who can possibly also be like a mediator. She likes balance and, peace. She likes the peace for what is right, what is supposed to be right in this world. And I feel that she is a leader for justice and truth and exposing lies and corruption, and people may have looked at her like she was a crazy conspiracy theorist and whatnot, and probably thought she was losing her mind. But she is a warrior spirit, and she just knew what the fuck she had to do when it came to building her legacy. She held herself down. But I feel like, she's smart enough to know when it's time for change. It's time for open minds. It's not always just, oh, I'm right. I think she's the type of person that if she's wrong, she'll just be like, okay, you know what? I was wrong. I can look at that, for the seeking of what's fair. Whether that is for her own personal life, whether it's for her fans, whether it's for anything that she feels deserves justice. And, the things that go on in the world, maybe she's the type of person that did not like the agendas, the hidden agendas going on. And you can hear that in her music. A truther. Someone who saw, like a light warrior, light worker. So there you go. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is a student. This is her financial. This is the financial house. This is the second house. And this is the house of You know, this house is the financial house, so that's possessions, that's values, that's all of that. So she valued her possessions. She valued her hard work. She, you know, probably, you know, found some stability through the things that she had learned through her education. Maybe her education has something to do with leading her down to her financial road. You know, whether, you know, she went to school to, you know, become this musician. So this is the way she communicated. This is, here you go. This is the Eight of Wands. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to put that there for a minute. So that is the Eight of Wands. So it's like quick and it's, you know, swift. I'm sorry for my hair, my dreads and everything, and my face looking wild AF. Because like I said once a million times, I went outside to work out. So, maybe, you know, she's the type of person that can exhaust you when she's angry. Like when she's angry or feisty or whatever. Or you ready for that battle of the words. She can outwit you. She can exhaust you. Because, you know how Geminis are when they talk. They're very chatty. But maybe she was too ahead of the way that she would speak, too. The things she said were way too ahead of her time, possibly. She was one of those first real celebrities that you hadn't seen in a cool minute that would speak the things that she would speak, and sometimes that would cause some sort of fire. And that's just how Lauryn is. Maybe, you know, talking too much. Maybe, you know, like this nervous energy people would probably get when she spoke, because they were like, girl, you gotta, like, you know, be careful, because you spitting fire, though. You spitting fire with your music, though. Like, it's like conflicting, though. You spitting love with it, though. She put it out there, and she spoke it out there out of love. Okay, so then you have her home life, which is the 4th house, and this is a chariot, and this is, what else? The 9 of Cups. So the chariot is movement, maybe movement of where she used to live, you know, balance. She probably feels balanced at home. More, you know, respect in her domain, respect her palace, her domain, you know, yeah, and where she treasures every reward, maybe battles with ownership and possessions because of this card right here, you know, all the awards that she had won, and, you know, maybe she had to deal with people, you know, maybe I don't know I don't know why I'm getting this, maybe custody battles, I don't know, with her children, but maybe the possessions that she had, you know, winning awards, you know, like, or just maybe not even that. It could be the fact that she keeps pride in those things. But I feel that sometimes a little too much, you know, her emotions can get a little too attached to the possessions that she earned. So she needs a balance, you know, when she's at home. She needs that balance of the physical and the spiritual realm, you know, duality here, to keep on going forward and steady and calm. You need a balance. And that's what she needed, and that's how she feels when she's at home. Maybe not just physical home, but like when they say, oh, I'm going home spiritually, and all of that. Sorry for you not being able to see my face too much, but all right. And this is her career, I believe. This is the, I forget the houses of where I put this. Okay. This is her free time. So, like right here, she feels trapped. She feels bound. She feels trapped, stuck, boxed. No freedom. And she feels like she put out all this hard work. Look at sowing her seeds. She made sure to take out the weeds. She made sure to make this landscape look beautiful and made sure she did everything she had to do to get these seeds growing. The fertilizer, the sun, the soil, all of it. She followed the instruction, but at the same time, she felt bound and chained and, not maybe just physically, but maybe more mentally in her mind, a mental prison. In her free time, she probably felt like, she was a prisoner of her own mind. She probably felt blinded about something here. And it could be her battle, arguments going on, maybe in her career life, with the financial or music industry. Her as a creator, I don't know if she produces music, the music that she produces was probably causing problems, the things that she said. They wanted her blinded, they wanted her blinded and probably in their control, doing what they wanted her to do. And she was like, nah, I'm a divine sovereign being, like I say sometimes, but seriously, maybe she just, when she's connected to, like, she has a strong relationship. I'm not, like, I always say this too, I'm not religious because I have to know who some of my subscribers are sometimes. Some of my subscribers are not Christian, some of them are not atheists, some of them are not Wiccan, some of them are Wiccan, some of them are Christian, some of them are all walks of life, and it's all one, it's all one here. So what I am saying though is so she probably felt like she had a lack of freedom when it came to the music industry and wanting to create her and write her music creatively. And did I just say that number 11 is on her the justice card for her personality? The number 11 is the spiritual messenger. It is the spiritual healer, the wounded healer. So she's been wounded here in her life, but she also, through her legacy, through her empire, through her building her career, she became not only wounded, but she became a healer through this journey, through this justice. And if she feels that she can't get any justice, I feel that she will get some justice here. And what I mean by that, it may not be the justice that she may want it to be, but, fans are looking up for her, looking out for her. People are looking out for her, so she should never feel that way, But anyway, she's a spiritual messenger. She's an intuitive being. That number 11 energy is powerful, and it needs to be expressed. And when you can't express that, a number, like, she's not a number 11, but number 11s, I'm a number 11. Us number 11s, we get, passionate, we get emotional, we get, when we feel things intuitively, we feel it. When we see things in the world, we see it. Even if the world wants to keep us blind, doesn't want us to know it, we still know it. We still feel it. And she wanted to express those things intellectually, through her words, through her writing, through her creativity, through her work, through her career. The things that she was truly seeing, feeling, and being in this world. The things that she truly knew about this world. And for some reason, something wanted to shut her up. Something wanted to keep her in their control. Like, you ain't gonna say what we don't want you to say. You ain't gonna wear what we want you to wear this. Like, they wanted her to be a little bit more sexy, I think. And I think she wanted to be more than just a sex symbol. The music industry was all about sometimes drugs, sex, and rock and roll, and she just didn't always understand that. You know, she wanted to do it for the kingdom that she was supporting. And like I said, you know, Lauryn is a spiritual woman. So spiritual messenger number 11, you know, or I had to say it, you know, the kingdom of, you know, the kingdom of heaven, if you want to say that, you know, kingdom of God. So this is how she was, you know, but she felt trapped though. Like, I felt like she felt trapped. Like, there were certain individuals that did not want her to do that, to express those kind of messages, especially with this kind of energy, especially with you being, you know, she could have been an activist, a protester, you know, a truth seeker, a light worker. That's like, you know, like rumor has it, a light worker can be the music industry. Sometimes it depends, can be the music industry's worst nightmare, especially if it's mainstream music. You know, light workers, they think light workers are always going to be love and light and all of that. Yeah, that can be true, but light workers are working in the dark. They're working around evil, and sometimes they're working in evil in order to seek that justice and to reveal that light. And I feel like that was her, you know? Like, she had to be in environments, like, they think light workers are always in environments that are just all peace and love and light and full of harmony, which can be true. But what makes a light worker is what they see in the world that wants to be hidden. And it can drive them nuts if they can't express it. And it's just going to make them more light. It's just going to make them more light, probably. More mad. And not all light workers are all love and light, you know, just because that name, light worker, sounds all, you know, all good and shit, you know, there's a dark aspect to it, you know, the dark and the light, the duality. So anyway, just like X-Tentacion, a lot of people considered him a light worker, even though he looked like this bad boy who looked like he hung out with fucking gang members and who knows what. You know, he was like he was a perfect example of what a light worker could develop as, because he was talking about these things, and so was she. But who knows? Maybe she was talking about it a little bit more, you know, who knows? But her and her relationships. This is the Empress reversed, and this card is, you know, a motherly card, and let's see, a mother, of course it's a motherly card, but, you know, also reverse could also represent infidelity and, you know, all of those things that we don't really want to know in relationships. You know, maybe there was some sort of codependency. Maybe she was always around her, like her relationships were always close knit, maybe because they were both creatives. The people that she was with in relationships were creative as well and expressive. But because, you know, sometimes artists, you know, we're not always about, you know, the pretty side of life either. Not just light workers, but artists too. You know, artists they express themselves because they're in a dark place. They express themselves because sometimes they're depressed too, not just because they're happy-go-lucky either. You know, and this could have resonated with her relationships. You know, everything that she talked about creatively had something to do with her real relationships, of course, you know, like infidelity. But then people probably, you know, judged her. This is I forgot what house this is. This is the house that was hidden, the 8th house, Scorpio, right? So this is Judgment. So maybe because of the infidelity and the scandals that had happened and, you know, all of that, she got judged for that. People judged her for her scandals. People judged her because of maybe the way she appeared, looking crazy, you know, all of that, looking insane, you know, the media probably giving her this look Like, she had no control over what people should say about her. And so, you know, she really probably didn't she only she could only say what she could say. And the thing about it is that if you turn this card around, here's an angel with a musical instrument. And this could represent a symbol of her, you know, because angels are messengers. And I also said something similar to this to Extentations of reading. And but I like to use them as metaphors. But you know, angels are messengers, and they're here to deliver a message, of course. So, you know, she used her music, and this angel is using a musical instrument to alert these people. The story of this card means is judgment, you know, so it's Judgment Day, and so people are, you know, risen up from the dead because of this angel blowing the trumpet. So this could have meant what she represented. You know, she blew her trumpet. She blew, you know, she turned on, she opened the eyes of many people. She woke up people, and she, or at least she tried to as much as she could. But when you do that, that can have backlash. You know, like she was almost like people look. If you see, even though this is reversed, people are looking at her and admiring her and looking at her like, wow, like this is heaven sent. Like, wow, this is amazing. Like this being like is just astonishing, you know, and that's how people look at her. And so it's like, you know, she's out here putting out her music with this musical trumpet through her, you know, messages through her music with this trumpet right here. And she's like, hey, you know, guys, wake up. But because of that, you know, people praised her for that. But at the same time, she got judged for it because people probably thought she was crazy. People thought she was insane, you know. And, you know, also, you know, agents and all these kinds of things. And, you know, people just being fake and putting fake, you know, probably information to cover the fact that she's just trying to, you know, put some light out there. So, you know, they gotta, you know, when people put light out there, sometimes, you know, you're gonna have that, you know, that opposition. And when you have that opposition and you're using light, sometimes you of course, you're gonna have to watch your back. And I feel like that's what Lauryn had to do. So, and you know, because not only that, but there's people who just, they understand light, they understand love, they understand that, but they don't want to, you know, and people rather just, they rather keep the world the way that it is. It doesn't matter if Judgment Day is coming, they will still be the way they want to be. And that is what Lauryn saw about the world. She saw that it did not matter if these spiritual messages that she was presenting were true and that everybody should wake up from the dead. And I mean everybody. For her to, you know, change the world and through her messages. But she realized that she still had to go through that pain. Because some people did not give a shit. Doesn't matter. Does not matter if you are heaven sent and you got this talent to speak your truth and you know about the prophecies, you know, being prophetic. And maybe that's what she is, a prophet. You know, who knows? You never know. I'm not saying she is, but, you know, she kind of had that similar energy as the prophets. You know, and also she was persecuted for, you know, being who she truly was divinely. So, you know, and she was able to see that, you know, like people, you know, there's angels and then there's jinn. And she saw that they didn't just work in the heavens and the ethers, but they worked in human flesh. That's why she wrote it in her music. That trumpet right there. blowing that horn, letting people know you gotta wake up, raise up from the dead, stop being the walking dead. But at the same time, people, you know, she got her haters too, you know. Some of these people became her haters. Like, her haters also loved her too, you know. She had a, anyway. Passion. So anyway, this is her culture. Could represent her parents, and you know, this is the way she was raised in her culture. You know, this looks like a church, so maybe these were her church. Her parents were like church going kind of people, and she never really lost her lack of faith in that. Maybe not necessarily going to church or anything like that, but like she used the balance between her building herself and her spirituality, because you always hear that a lot in her music, and I wish that she would write more or put out more. And this could be the, you know, she was raised in a family full of talent, family with expertise, and a family who probably were already entertainments or connected to entertainment, and the people who educated her when she was a child, they you know, told her what to do. But she, as you see, this person is not, you know, being babysat, like, or not babysat. This person is being educated, not babysat. This person is doing the work, but they did this work through wise ones. This can also represent the fact that because she was talented, you know, there's certain people who wanted to sign record label deals with her and all of that. And maybe, you know, that's what caused her to have arguments and all of that too. Contracts being broken or trying to be broken because maybe she just realized like she just wanted independence in her own craft and independence, and she did not want to sell her soul. She did not want to have a blood contract and sell her soul to the devil, whatever you may believe in. Like I say, I know what I believe in. I know what's real and what's not in my reality, you know, in this reality that we're living in. But, you know, for the sake of the fact that not everyone may believe in what I believe in or anybody else, you know, let's just keep the duality here, or the oneness. But, you know, if you have to be a spiritual person to watch me anyway. Duh. So... yeah, so she didn't want to sell her soul. She didn't want to sell her soul or sign a contract where she had to. But she, you know, is definitely looked at as like a really talented person because, you know, she clearly is, you know. And these are her achievements right here. And this is the Emperor. So like when I also was listening to her music, like this could represent, you know, man or someone else. But this is like, you know, she says father in her music, but she means it in a spiritual way. And the Emperor is a father figure. So it's like, you know, she was divinely guided through, you know, her, you know, through God, you know, through her father, you know, if you want to call God father, spirit. But like for her, in her words, you know, of course it's going to be father. So she was like the co-creator of her achievements. I feel like she feels that the creator was the creator of her achievements, you know, that the creator was the one that helped her get through this pain and suffering and trials and tribulations to get to that achievement, that a creative achievement, that she used her intuitive emotional guidance was because her connection with God. And I think, you know, when she means father, this is a father figure. So why wouldn't, you know, like, I would just think like, you know, God, you know, helping her through her achievements, whether it was her music, you know, whatever she created as an artist, it was very divine. It was very like heavenly, you know, like almost like she connected it to the heavens. You know, she connected that part of her reality. You know, like I said, it's duality. You know, physical realm, spiritual realm. Like, she really made sure that she gave praise and she gave thanks to God when it came to her achievements and successes. And also the fact that she's happy, I feel that she was able to build a legacy and be this legend and be this queen and be this wise leader and motivator and inspiration for many people, and that people look up to her in that way and be like, damn, like that is a real woman. And that's what she was able to achieve. You know, she's a queen of her legacy. Socially, she appeared to be outspoken. You know, I think, is it? Socially, she appeared to be outspoken, you know, maybe cutthroat, and a little too ambitious, a little too fiery, a little too much with her energy. Her energy was a little too intense. Her presence was probably a little too intense socially. Her social status is like, whew, like, you know, crazy, chaotic, but like not in a way where she wouldn't recognize herself. I don't know, you know, that Gemini energy, you know, you unpredictable, maybe through her creative side. You don't know when you're gonna see her or know her. She's just spontaneous, you know, when it comes to her social life. She's just a spontaneous woman. So, you know, and maybe not necessarily with her personality, but just maybe her creativity and the way she expressed herself. So this is the subconscious. So it's like, this is the card, this is secrets, you know, hidden. You know, she just shows that, you know, everything has a light side and everything has a dark side. And the fact that people see that she has scandals and all that, you know, just don't, like, it's not yeah, like, some of those things were real, but she's still Lauryn Hill, you know. She's still that woman that's fighting for the truth, and, you know, she's still a warrior for the kingdom of heaven, for the kingdom of God. And, you know, yeah, she may have her scandals, but she still will always be Lauryn Hill. So, yeah, that was what I got in this reading. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please like this video. Yeah, please subscribe.